You can tell 100 stories in 1,000 ways in a Dungeons & Dragons game, but when you boil everything down, it usually simplifies into the good guys versus the bad guys. All the books and source materials let you know who's naughty and who's nice, but the best part about this game is that it can be whatever you want it to be. I want to talk about Mind Flayers, but more specifically, how to use a Mind Flayer as a good guy. And when I say a good guy, I mean an actual good guy, not this guy. For those of you that don't know, Mind Flayers are squid-faced, telepathic space tyrants. They're like long walks on the beach, gazing up at the stars, and eating your brain. Mind Flayers live in a hive mind, acting on the orders of an elder brain, which is more or less exactly what you're thinking, but bigger and with more tentacles. Now, to start on swapping out the brain sucking with the power of friendship, here's one very interesting part of Mind Flayer lore. Mind Flayer rogues and outcasts exist. And that raises the question of, when you live in a hive mind society dedicated to keeping humans as pets, drinking intelligence cocktails, and general monster activities, what could you possibly do to get cast out from that place? Mind Flayers have the inherent knowledge that their domination of the world is an effort to bring peace and order to a chaotic world, aka calamari propaganda. But what if a Mind Flayer started to question it? Maybe after seeing the droves of people who, are adamantly against having their brains eaten, you start to question the reasoning behind it? In other words, take this guy and then put some tentacles on him. Imagine a Mind Flayer vigilante, floating through the Underdark using his knowledge of his former colony to foil their plans at domination. Or you could focus instead on a Mind Flayer's natural drive to compete. Every Mind Flayer wants to be king, or emperor, or brain. Whatever it looks like at the top of the mountain, they want to be there. Maybe a Mind Flayer is still technically evil, but they have a fierce enough rivalry with another in a colony that they'd go so far as to work alongside with your party to take the colony down, leave themselves as the last Mind Flayer standing. Don't like that? Let's flip it one more time then. We've long since entered the era of sad boy villains. They're everywhere, so why can't we have emo Mind Flayers? Just replace Tumblr with the colony and writing fanfics with eating brains, and now we're getting somewhere. A Mind Flayer who was outcast from his colony because he just wasn't good enough at world domination wanders aimlessly. Instead, setting his sights on dominating the local bandit population, could be persuaded into instead proving his worth by swapping sides and taking down the evil of the world instead, one brain suck at a time. And this is just a taste. The possibilities are endless. From kobolds to tieflings, we are constantly bending the rules of traditional alignment when it fits best for one of our player characters. So why do the rules have to be any different for NPCs? I want to strive for a world where we have Mind Flayer brothels, and I think that is a reasonable goal. Go and make your Mind Flayer heroes, and tell me about them. Take my ideas and show me your own. And if you like this concept, let me know what other monsters need the good guy treatment. But until next time, we'll end this session here. See you soon.